If you rely on dopamine, tasks like this are considered pretty much delayed dopamine tasks, making it much harder for dopamine-seeking writers to get into writing before and as it happens. Hello, scribes. I'm co-writing a feature-length script with a friend with a deadline of 1 month. Will I make it? Not sure. Am I struggling? A bit. Am I happy to be falling behind? Yeah, kind of. But here's how falling behind actually helps me. Struggle number 1. No motivation equals no writing. Like working out, I feel the benefits of writing after the writing is done. That's when the dopamine hits. If you rely on dopamine, tasks like this are considered pretty much delayed dopamine tasks, making it much harder for dopamine-seeking writers to get into writing before and as it happens. The only thing I can do is remind myself how happy I get when I've completed my session. Here's my cure. I outline and brainstorm before coming to the page to make it easier to fall into flow state. I'm not going to beat myself up either if the writing doesn't happen. Struggle number 2 is no forward movement on the page. Like, I'm stagnant and the uphill battle of getting pages written is becoming excruciating. So there's just no forward movement. The cure? I make bite-sized and smaller goals that feel more achievable. Outlining comes in handy at this part because I benchmark major beats of my outline by page numbers so that my writing session could basically be broken down in chunks. Underwriting threw me off very recently, which meant that I actively had to reflect on why I wasn't writing enough. Here's the cure. Sometimes being a writer is being intuitive. It's kind of like when someone tells you that they're fine, but they're really not, and then they think about it and suddenly they have a lot to say about what they're actually bothered by. There's an underlying reason. You just have to pay attention to it. Talk out your story with anyone. Talk about your blockers. Figure out and notice what's really bothering you. For me, I needed more references to the genre I was writing, and I revised the outline to fill in thin areas. I talked it out with my co-writer. I researched similar films to break down story and add those elements to mine, and then I reminded myself over and over that this is the first draft, and it's easier to change things once you have the bones of a story. So keep going. I hope you see how failure is pretty necessary to discover yourself as a writer and definitely necessary for growth. So trust your process and allow things to get hard before they get easy.